I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. Don't listen out to me. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a long process unless those people step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leader's face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not even one topic touched. If you want to hear real authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen. That's what I said. Because I said what I said.
Unapologetic truth. No filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform. That's what he said. Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters.
This broadcast starts now.
What up? What's good?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for tapping in and tuning in and joining us for another live episode. We are back. It is January the 2nd, Tuesday night. We are coming live from Studio B. As always, I am not by myself, as my husband says, since he is the co-host. What's going on, Vic?
I'm the host. You the co-host. Get it twisted.
I know.
Man.
You was in mid beverage drink over there, so I figured I would just jump on in and take over.
Oh, you good. I mean, I ain't even tripping. I think for me it was just the element of surprise. And I say that because I generally had just started going through this evolution of trying to do this podcast and make it better, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I started doing some of my own kind of research, not necessarily like in a negative kind of way. It was more to help me. I had to be hypercritical on myself.
As you always are.
Exactly. So I told myself, when you start 2024, you're going to do it. You're going to come out with a bang, first off. And secondly, you have to reach the people that you want to reach. And how you do that is transparency and being honest, but talking about things that a lot of people, they might talk about it in their little break rooms or whatever.
Right.
But it's not a consistent conversation that really people should be having.
Yeah, it's not being discussed on a podcast or televised or whatever.
Right.
And those conversations kind of start and end, and either they stay there or they're brought up again, but it's like weeks or months later.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that being said, y'all, we're about to get right into the podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Make sure you do that. Do your boy a favor. Give yourself an opportunity just to subscribe to a channel that you probably are never going to see it on this level. You may get it in different versions, which is absolutely cool because, you know, you attach yourself to people's personalities and the conversation they're talking about. I get it. But some of these things, you know, you need to be able to have those conversations and be relatable.
Yeah.
And not
True.
just because of the way people talk and how they say shit or whatever, because half these people don't live the life they say. Some people do. Don't get me wrong. Some people do. But some of these people, they honestly are not doing that.
Right.
They're really not. So,
Yeah.
anywho,
Yeah, make sure you go like our Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube. And I mean, we truly, truly appreciate all the love and support. We really do.
yeah, definitely make sure y'all subscribe to all our social medias. That's what I said. All capitals for the beginning of each, you know, word. That, capital T, what, capital W, a I, capital, and a capital C for said. Anyway. And make sure, of course, you hit that like button. Hit that like. Goal is to try to get, you know, as many likes as possible. We want to try to get to 100 on this particular live podcast. We want to see if we can get to 100. And another thing is, you know, you got to have goals. So the whole premise of this conversation, convincing yourself that this year's the year, you got to have your goals. So I got goals. I got Facebook and YouTube goals. So the observation of what you're seeing right now is just what I want and what I see. And to me, your goals have to be visual. They have to be something that you can
Measurable.
Yeah, they have to be visual. They have to be visual, but they have to be attainable.
Yep. Attainable, measurable.
And the reason why I say that is because we put ourselves in a lot of deep water with things that we say we're going to do, and then we end up not doing it because financially we just can't.
Right. Or you fall short by other means, you know.
Or we had a, you know, our eyes are bigger than our stomach.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, it's a bad
champagne diet on a beer budget.
something more like that. Yeah, more like that. It's like you know that these goals that you are trying to strive for are obtainable, but are you putting too much stress on yourself to live a life that you have no business trying to live? Just to reach something attainable that you think is attainable in your eyes and your mentality and how you do things?
Wow.
Take a real approach to your goals. Like, seriously, it's like my goal is to not be that much of an asshole so that I can attract the right around people around me. That's not necessarily something that I can say that it's not attainable because it can be attainable. But this is the problem. If you like being an asshole, do you necessarily have to stop being an asshole? Let's have that conversation. I mean, because me convincing myself that this year's the year, I have to convince myself that, you know what? You don't actually have to you don't have to reach for that asshole button every time something you just don't agree with. You don't have to. You just don't have to. That's not the first thing you reach for.
Oh, damn.
It's like the first thing I reach for because it's close and it begins with an A is asshole.
Yeah.
I'm going there assertively and aggressively. So that's just me. And I actually told myself that I needed to kind of put my brakes and actually allow people to, you know, be who they are and then have that true discernment to be able to accept them for that. And I have to be more convincing of just that itself because I'm shortchanging myself on a lot of opportunities just because I don't like being around certain type of people. It ain't got nothing to do with race either. I mean, it can't be yeah, anyway. We ain't doing that shit tonight.
Nah. I mean, I think a lot of people, they always go into the new year setting resolutions or, you know, new things for them. And you hit on a couple of key words earlier when you were speaking about, you know, here you have your goals for the YouTube and for the Facebook. And a lot of people, they set these resolutions and goals for themselves that are not attainable. Like they may think they're attainable in their mind and in their eyes, but I think sometimes, like you said, the eyes are bigger than their stomach, and they truly just I think they overdo it sometimes. Right. So, I mean, you got to take a step back and really look at the goals that you are setting, and maybe you do short-term ones for like 3 months. And if you hit the mark in 3 months, okay, make it longer for 6 months. If you hit it again, do 9 months. And keep doing it in 3-month increments, because then you know that short-term goal you set, you know, at the beginning of the year, you were able to attain it in 3 months. Then you attained it again 6 months, and again at 9 months, and maybe you don't hit that 12-month mark. Maybe you only hit 10 months. It's okay, because guess what? 10 months out of 12 months, you attained a goal. Shoot, you better be clapping for your damn self.
I mean, you got to take the little victories. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, but
at
the same time, you know, you have to set yourself up for success, not failure. And yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you don't reach success unless you fail a couple of times. And sometimes you will learn what to do and what not to do, and how to do things better if you are learning from your mistakes. Or not necessarily learning from your mistakes, learning from, if it's a mistake, owning up to it. If it wasn't a mistake and it was just a person, then learning how to understand where people are, and you can't force certain things on people that are not willing to help you or assist you in whatever goal you're trying to meet. Right. No, it's not about the homeboy hookup plan. It's all about knowing your leverage with people and accepting that. It's not about taking advantage. It's not about seeing what you can get out of somebody. No, just accept it. Because you don't always have to win with the person that you picked. You can't force your finish line that you think you're going to obtain through somebody else's eyes that don't see the finish line that you see.
Right.
That makes absolutely no sense to me.
No, you definitely can't force anything upon anyone. Period.
And I don't think it's necessarily just about forcing. I think it's the aggression that people have. Here I go with these A words. The aggression with whatever the situation is. A lot of people will be aggressive in wanting to complete that goal because, right, their money might be in play, or they did this as a favor, or it's like you've already stretched yourself so thin to now it's like,
right, you're pushing to lose that last 3 pounds, and
no,
everything you doing, you in there going hard.
No, it's not even that. It's not even about you. Not about you. It's somebody else's goal that you bought into, you're invested in, and now you're trying to take responsibility of something you can't control. Shipmate. Happy holidays to you, man. I love them pictures you was posting on Facebook, man. Your kids are getting big and you getting old as hell. I seen that beard. Had that salt and pepper going on, but he was spending time with family. I can appreciate that.
Big old. Say, why you dyeing him out like that?
Big old Mike hair. Mike hair's out there. Mike Lowry. No doubt, brother. No doubt. But it's not even just a weight, babe. It's like I said, I think it gets to a point where, you know, we appreciate people in our life for
who they are,
and not even what they bring to the table, just for who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Who they are, their personality, you know, how you interact with them, how they interact with you. I mean, those people are going to be long-term friends.
Absolutely.
And lifetime friends.
I mean,
and those are the ones that become your family.
now let's talk about that. Let's talk about friendship for a second.
Oh.
Because convincing yourself that this year's the year, this is the conversation that people are not having with themselves. Who's in my circle that I can depend on? And if you can't depend on one person in your circle, you need to have a conversation with yourself about that person and why are you considering yourself a friend with them. I mean, because that means if your people are down for you and they're with you, they're side by side with you or whatever, I'm not saying they're going to do anything and everything, you know, to get out of jail free card. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
What I'm saying is that if you knew something was going on with that person and you didn't know, and you would feel some type of way, and they know you was going to feel some type of way, and y'all have yet to have that conversation, you may have reached a barrier in not necessarily in your friendship, but within that person. That's okay. You shouldn't end a friendship because you reach someone's safety bone, like they haven't had a conversation with themselves about some shit. Don't matter how long y'all been friends or how long y'all known each other. It's just some people are not ready to, you know, cross that line. And that's okay. You can't force that person, but at the same time, you can't allow this person to not hear how you feel about it either. Because guess what? They have to realize that that barrier that they put in between you is because of them. I've accepted this barrier because now it's the oh shit button. It's like, don't go there. That's the oh shit button. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain things you just don't do. You don't cross that threshold. It's even more apparent when you're married. There's just certain things that you just don't do. And there's certain things you just don't say. And it's all because of respect. It's because of who you married and the love of your life, blah, 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 blah. It's not about who you are as a man or a woman, or I'm not about to change up because they know who the hell I am. But no, it's not that. It's like if this person values who you are as a man or a woman, why deflate that? Because of your ego. It's like some of y'all egos need to be just shot at. Like, I mean,
that ego just needs to get smashed by a Hulk.
No, it needs to participate in the Hunger Games.
And then
that's what it needs to do. It needs to
they
participate.
Need a whole reset.
Yeah, it needs to participate in the Hunger Games.
Wow.
And then after that, what was that game that was out? It was the
Maze?
No. It was the other one, the one that went viral. That was Asian descent.
The one that went viral.
I can't remember what it was. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway.
I got nothing.
I got nothing either. I'm getting old. Shit, I'm 50. I can say that now.
Oh my God.
Not necessarily as an excuse, it's the truth. I don't know. But anyway, the maze of life that we go through and trying to understand people's egos and accepting them and all this other shit is part of the equation that we mispronounce to ourselves when we're trying to convince ourselves that this year's the year. When I said this about friendship, we all have to evaluate the friends that we have in our life. Because sometimes it's not that you have to take a break from them. Sometimes, like for me, my friends understand we may only communicate maybe once a week, twice a week. Hell, I got friends I may talk to maybe once a month. Maybe once every other month. Let's be real. It could be 2-3 months go by before we talk. But I'm not an intrusive type person. But I take that opportunity so that I can create what I need to create and not make excuses, because I can't say that if I had friends that live next door to me that, you know, we would be at each other's house every day. No, we wouldn't. No man really lives like that unless you're depressed. Like, let's be real. You may have certain people that you talk to or whatever, but sometimes your time is your time. Sometimes you just need to rest mentally.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stress on a man's mind and people don't respect it. But then we have some goofy ass dudes out here that just want to womanize women and make them have this belief that men are dogs and I'm going to be single all my life because, you know, people want to play games and don't want to grow up, you know, and that's the mentality that's being brought forth to men that are good men that want to have successful relationships with whoever they love. And now they're battling a battle within themselves that they're not winning. And it's not their fault. It is, but it's not. It is majorly. I mean, let's be real. Because sometimes we got to take responsibility for the shit that we create and what we hide from and what we want to stay away from. And that's selfish to me. That's selfish to me. Say, oh, I want to have this conversation because I ain't ready to have this conversation. Then why are you in a relationship? Why are you in a relationship protecting two people? You protecting yourself and you protecting her. But you overly protecting you. No, you overly protecting yourself because you just don't want some shit to pop off. Where you feel like you got to protect all of you. Where you don't even understand why the hell you protecting some shit that ain't got no business to be protected. Like, at all. It's like being transparent and being in a relationship where you can appreciate that person. That person needs to understand and feel when shit ain't right. And you got to be okay with that person coming up to you and asking you, are you okay? When they know something bothering your ass. But we can't get to that point in conversation sometimes because we can't take responsibility for some of the things that bother us as men. And then we get overprotective over the woman that we're with because some people want to be in relationships where they're in complete control. And this is not just men. But we still trying to convince ourselves that this year's the year. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I stopped putting myself in disappointing situations going into the next month. Rather, it's a new year or not. You just have to be aware of your opportunities in this plane of existence to master so that you don't have to deal with shit that everybody else has to deal with. What do I mean?
I was just about to say, can you expound on that, sir?
As I sip my bourbon. Woodford's Reserve, by the way. Okay. Taking advantage of certain things when the new year happens needs to happen in December. This is the reason why I say that. People are excited because January comes around, taxes, right? Let's be real, taxes.
You gotta wait till the end of the month.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, some people don't have to wait until the end of the month when they're, 1099 workers.
Right. But
At the same time,
yeah,
yes. So coming to that spectacle, that's a focus on a lot of people's mind. A lot of things that weren't on people's mind was laws that change. Not laws for marijuana or laws for
guns.
or anything like that. I'm talking about cryptocurrency shit. I'm talking about
Healthcare.
and precious metals. I'm not even really talking about healthcare, even though they did widen out here. They did anyway, and that's just an out here kind of thing. But so I can't add that. But worldwide, this is effects. It's how institutions are looking at crypto, one, and two, what institutions are going to buy into crypto. Actually, there's three, so I'm sorry. And then the last one is, what if this is not a scam?
How are you supposed to know it's not a scam?
As I sip my bourbon.
Are you gonna research it on your own and find out that
it's not that.
information?
It's not that. It's not that. Because you got to look at it like this. That's just one perspective. Other people's perspective, it's new year, new me type shit. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't scold somebody for doing old shit. They just trapped in a cycle that they don't want to get rid of. And when you can allow that person to understand that cycle of wherever it is that you're doing things is the cycle that you're putting yourself through, that's the only time when that person is actually going to be better or want to do better and stop feeling like this is the situation or this is where I'm supposed to be at. I like this. Really? Or do you like it because you've been doing it for so long and never really expounded on the things you really like to do? I'm not saying that someone can't be financially successful working, at a minimum wage job.
Yeah. True.
Regardless of how they live or where they live or whatever. Some people have had certain things going in their life to where now they have to play nice. Let's say that. They have to play nice now and live in society and actually be a part of society. What's good, Keith? What's good? Happy New Year to you, bro. And this man be posting, boy. He be cooking. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not going to even lie. My brother Keith, that's in the live stream in the chat. Oh, this brother be posting about some cooking.
Start a restaurant.
Man, I had to put that out there.
Get a food truck.
I ain't trying to do it as clout either. I'm just saying, like, I be paying attention. I'll be on social media too much. But
I was just about to say, dang.
When you retired and you got time and you didn't put time in all the things that you got to put time in, you good. And I'm not saying that I degrade myself and I just sit there and be like, oh, look at all the drama. No, it's entertainment to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I mean, I look at things differently, I guess, because when I started getting into crypto, and I really started getting into crypto about 4 months ago, like knee deep into it. Like I I wanted to learn more, and I learned a whole lot more than I should have. And now my focus is like hyperactive on this crypto. And the reason why is because 2 podcasts ago, I talked about the narrative.
Yes, you did.
So go back 2 podcasts, episode 4 and 5 were about the narrative. Now, if you listen to that podcast, one thing you will understand and actually put the puzzle pieces together is the narrative and financial understanding when it comes to wealth management, or when it comes, not even wealth management, when it comes to just elevating your money now, because you understand I got to put my money to work. But how do I put my money to work? Take your extra money that you normally save, take 10% of that. Say you put away $500 a month. Take $50 and say, I'm going to put this in something I want to have faith in and understand and like, and try to understand it to where I can have this $50 do what it's going to do. And I do that every month, or how much ever you get paid. If you get paid bi-weekly and say you get paid $500 every 2 weeks, and you save $500 every 2 weeks, then you could take $50 every 2 weeks and dollar cost average into something that's going to actively, passively make you money. And something that you can control, not something that you heard on ABC or CNN or some infomercial on YouTube, or somebody telling you to flip $1,000 and I give me $1,000 and I get you 10, and you send them $1,000, and next thing you know is the number you have called is no longer in service. Yeah, you gonna cry in the car. Let's be real. People have tried to go down this whole network of get rich quick schemes, and you hear me, I say it almost every podcast, and I'm actually kind of getting aggravated, but it's the truth.
But it's the truth. Like there's no other real true way to even expound on that, because so many people have gotten caught up in these get rich quick schemes that it's almost like a damn virus. Like dead ass. It's almost like a virus that attaches itself and just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and infecting everybody.
So
You're over there giggling on me.
No, because I wasn't going to talk about this, but I am now.
You're welcome.
No, and I have to talk about this because it's I'm gonna say this, okay? People say that Bitcoin was a scam. You know, cryptocurrency is a scam, or cryptocurrency is just not a institution where you can make millionaires. You know, last year they made 75,000
millionaires.
Yeah,
Wow,
just last year.
that's crazy, because Bitcoin was down. Like it lost quite a bit, didn't it? It went from like 60 something thousand down to like 30.
No, it went down to 20.
Yeah.
So
Man,
this is gonna trip people out, because when I was talking about it before, people was like, "Yeah, this dude crazy." So Bitcoin is trying to, well, I'll put it like this. The Security Exchange Commission, the SEC, is he's looking to approve what they're calling this Bitcoin ETF. And basically it's a Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund which is publicly traded securities that offer exposure to the price movements of Bitcoin futures contracts. So an investment company can create subsidiaries that basically act like a pool of money.
Oh, wow.
So now you're going to get companies like BlackRock and everybody else to have access to these ETFs. So people will be able to access it on a publicly traded stock exchange.
Wow. That's big.
Which means the value of cryptocurrency is going to change, because now, regardless of who you are, whether you are a bull or a bear,
damn,
it's going to change the taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
Because a bear market is when the market, it goes down 20%, when it's a 20% downturn.
And
a bull market is
in
when
a bull market right now.
Well, yeah, we're in a heavy bull market. Okay. And I wouldn't say that. We're not in a explosive bull market. We're in a market that is, I'll put it like this.
Bullish.
It is, okay, in order to describe this bullish movement, it's almost like describing how a volcano erupts. You get earthquakes, small earthquakes, which means these are the small rises that a certain coins such as Bitcoin are starting to elevate.
Mm-hmm.
And people overlook that movement because they think crypto is fake. They don't want to hold their crypto in there. I've had crypto that I've held for the last year and a half when this whole crap started. Yeah, I stopped dollar cost averaging and putting money into other stuff and whatever, but I went back into it because something was feeling off, because I was reading about the Bitcoin ETF and I was like, I don't think they're going to approve it. Then I thought about it. I was like, ain't Bitcoin about to have a halving again? Oh, shit. Bitcoin's about to have a halving?
It's gonna make sense.
And I know a lot of people sitting there like, what is Bitcoin halving? What is that? What is that?
They're gonna split the baby.
So basically what happens is like for Bitcoin halving is when the rewards for the Bitcoin mining is basically cut in half. And it basically happens every 4 years, like the Olympics. It was written, the halving was written in the algorithm of which Bitcoin was written, right? Why do you think that happened? Something that's not happening with our own government.
Damn.
But why did that happen? So it can counteract inflation. So it maintained its scarcity.
Wow.
So basically it basically it has these periods of time where it's like, we're going to have babies.
Oh, and there's going to be lots of them.
We're just going to split in half. Because when you create scarcity, what happens?
People take their stuff and run.
No, people are like, okay, I want more of it because it's more available, yet it's still going to cost this price. Oh, what does that do? I mean, even for the people that own the coin, it's like people automatically have this mentality that it's going to inflate the price. It's not necessarily true. It's basically just giving the opportunity for those miners to continue to mine And the value of a cryptocurrency that is going to be able to be put on the stock exchange to be traded says a lot.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because if you could be able to build up debt, but have a mental fortitude to say every 4 years, I'm going to split this shit up. Because we're not going to deal with inflation the way we're dealing with it. We're going to have this make babies so that we can take care of it the proper way. Is that the right thing to do, to teach responsibility on people? It's like, no, pay your debts, right? Stop splitting shit in half. Stop making your payments go out longer. In cryptocurrency, it don't work out that way.
Yeah.
Because now, if you stretch the opportunity for something or an asset to basically run the market and be able to be an asset to where now people are going to use the assets that they make from a cryptocurrency ETF to buy a house. And you mean to tell me that we can't use cryptocurrency to buy a house?
It has been proven and seen you can purchase a home with Bitcoin
I'm just going to say,
or cryptocurrency.
I'm just going to say this.
That is true.
When you go to they have certain cities, they're not everywhere.
Yep.
They have certain cities where they have Bitcoin ATMs.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
And they have crypto, like you can purchase or go, not just the ATM, but like, what is it called? Like the Coinstar or whatever. You can take all your change or whatever, and you can receive Bitcoin from it.
I've heard of that, but I don't know if.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. I've seen it, but I don't know if it's true or
I'll do more
not.
research and
Yeah, I don't know if
out.
it's true or not. I'm not going to debunk what you said, but yeah, I've heard that, but I don't know if it's true. But they're coming up with so many different utilities for the assets to get to the people, because that was one of the problems that people were saying, was that people want to get wealthy, but people don't want to have the conversation about wealth. The conversation about wealth is there's risk to reward, right? What's the balance? You go into the casino with $400 with a wish. There's risk and reward. There's a risk that you're going to lose all this shit. There's a reward that you're going to maybe capitalize off that and really be able to do something with it. Or you was just taking that $400 just to mess off anyway. So it don't matter what you capitalize off that. You was just going to mess it all off anyway. That just gives you more mess it off money with. I could just mess off everything. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. We have the mentality that we want to be able to be successful and be wealthy and to have money and not struggle. But we don't even know how to deal with the money we got. Because we too busy trying to spend it to impress other people or to be something that you're not, attract somebody that you can't even take care of.
So let me jump in and go back to my statement in regard to the Coinstar. I knew I had seen it, but I needed to research it. Sure enough, I go on Coinstar.com, and it says you can purchase Bitcoin near you. Just got easier with CoinMe and Coinstar. And the cryptos that they offer are CoinMe, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Chainlink, Polygon, and Stellar.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of different types of crypto that you can purchase.
I mean, some are on the same network. Some are
right.
their own individual network. It's all about, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people would do that if they can keep the key and everything secure. But
yeah,
this is my thing. If you want to get into cryptocurrency and something that's easily available to you, a Coinstar, you can go to Coinstar places in the grocery store.
Exactly.
And
like that is wild.
It's like, now that I know that, I got change. I keep change. I got change all over the house. Like,
okay, so it says your crypto will automatically be added to your CoinMe account.
Yeah,
so you have to have the CoinMe account.
So no, you're gonna create that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it says you can download the CoinMe app.
Okay, so I'm let's break this down, because I have cryptocurrency in a lot of places. So this is what's gonna happen. Tutorial. Like, I'm gonna teach you how I'm doing it, okay? And this ain't no complicated way. This ain't no, you gotta go to this website and verify your site, and this, you gotta get these keys, and then you gotta go to this site. No, I'm not. No, it's not that. A lot of these, if you really want to get into cryptocurrency, DM me and I will tell you some suggestions on a beginner level and why I say that. I'll tell you offline. I won't tell you on this podcast. And the reason why I won't tell you on this podcast is because there's plenty of YouTube videos on it. But if you want to specifically hear from me, my perspective on some true, really starting off on a short-term budget, like you only got $20 you can put in there every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. You got maybe $50 you can do, $100, whatever. I can tell you what I suggest, and it will be different platforms, and I'll tell you those different platforms and the different reasons why I say that from different platforms. Because, like I said, I have a few crypto wallets, but my portfolio number stays the same. So what I mean by that is that if you have a certain amount of money that you can dollar cost average into an investment, that should never change regardless of what that investment is. However, if you're going in with a certain amount of money, say every month you put in $100, and it's because you're trying to build a nest, you got a goal of putting in at least 1,000. When you get to that 1,000, then you know that you can do some other things with that. You could do other things with that with $100. Let's be real. But like I said, there's certain levels of where people at with cryptocurrency and investments where you talk to people. No, I'm not a financial advisor. No, I'm not providing financial advisement. This is actually development.
Right. And the information that y'all will be getting is coming directly from the horse's mouth, who's being transparent about his journey on crypto and how he's gotten to where he's gotten today. He will give you the basics in the beginning.
I'm going to tell you where I'm at right now with cryptocurrency. They have these things called airdrops. Okay, airdrops are cryptocurrency that haven't been listed yet, that are part of a network of already successful or ongoing cryptocurrency, regardless if they're successful or not. If they're on the blockchain, they're successful to me, unless they're pieces of shit. And trust me, when you do your research, you'll know which ones to invest in based off of not just the liquidity, it's what they're doing on the blockchain. If they're providing faster transactions and less gas fees, if they're providing some type of link to banks or whatever. Because some of y'all don't realize these link to banks thing is crucial. Because the banks arbitrage your money. And when they arbitrage your money, they basically, you deposit your money into a bank. They use that money for other programs within the bank.
I was going to say.
To make money off your money.
Loan.
So, yeah, we're going to approve a credit card. We're going to use Betsy Sue's $4,000 she got in her account because we're going to give him a $3,500 credit card.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? If he defaults on that,
well,
I mean, the bank isn't sure. You still going to get your money. They just gambled it because guess what? They going to make profits off of somebody else's loan for a car.
Yep.
That now they have sold, which means they have paid off your loan to go with another car because of their down payment. And now you're paid off. And guess what? That debt's paid off. But now your money has risen because you're financially sound. And that $4,000 you had in your account, now you got $30,000. Now guess what? They gonna divide that with the 4 other motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. And it keeps on.
Your money has always been a digital transaction for a number that represents what you put in the bank. It's not the actual shit you put in the bank.
It's on rinse and repeat with them.
They are making
really
money.
Is hand over fist. They
making money off your money. So how come you can't make money off of the money that they give you for the slave time they put you through? I'm sorry, the work that they conditioned to put you in that you feel like you have to be responsible of. Because if we were institutionalized into an understanding of what money was when we were in high school,
my goodness,
y'all realize half of the jobs that they have right now wouldn't have any employees.
Not a one.
They would already be running by robots because we would have fixed that shit in high school. I ain't working for nobody. Mm-hmm. I'm building a robotics plant. We gonna build these robots. They running the city. We ain't working. We come out of high school successfully rich to take care of ourselves. We don't need nobody else. The robots take care of us. We got to go to the store. We do it. I'm just saying that's one perspective. I'm not saying that's the perspective. I'm just bullshitting, but I'm just saying.
But literally, as kids, in, let's say, 10 to 15 years old.
Hey, I was bullshitting. Don't go on no robot shit.
Look, listen, Linda. Seriously though, from like 10 to 15, during that time frame, the Jetsons, like literally, this is the age where
Really, nigga?
The Jetsons. I'm for real. Don't shit. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
I'm just saying.
I think you ate an edible or something.
I did not.
I'm just saying.
What?
You cannot even know.
So
Hell
no, I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I really do. But
bruh,
I don't look. The mentality that we have to understand that we have to convincing yourself that this year is your year is not about living a rich life but budgeting how to pay my car note. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that if we're taking risks with money, what's going to slow you down? I want to slow down because I don't want to have to be living paycheck to paycheck. So it's like, okay, what do you need to do to clean this up? Let's do that. Plan. Get you a year to 18 months to get it knocked out, right? Discipline yourself. And then after you can get it cleaned up, and even if it doesn't take you 18 months, let's say you can get it squared away in 3.
you got to stay disciplined.
Now it's like, okay, now I got it taken care of. Now it's like, okay, now I'm saving money. I want to take at least 10% of what I'm saving and put it into something. And you still saving that same amount of money. You just know to only take out 10% of that. And say that, I don't know, say you like want to do stocks or you want to understand it. You've been doing research. And you don't even, and guess what? You haven't even figured out what you're going to put that 10% into. You put it into another savings account. Create another savings account specifically for whatever it is that you're going to do. I actually create a checking account too. That's just specifically what it is. And most of your banks, you can do that. You could create another checking and savings account. And that's what you put that 10% into until you figure out what it is you're going to do. Do your research. It's like listen to who you need to listen to, get an understanding it, for it, be able to say, okay, I get it, but what happens when this happens? It's like, what are you paying attention to? No, you don't have to look at that particular thing to try to protect your money. It's like you can put those protections in when you invest into it. Like, okay, since we're having a conversation, where are we at in time? I'm good. We're going to talk about this and then we're going to bounce. So, for example, say I'm buying a cryptocurrency, but I buy cryptocurrency in 3 ways. I buy cryptocurrency on ones that I'm a hold. I buy cryptocurrency that I'm going to risk, and then I have cryptocurrencies that I'm taking advantage of the market. And I'll set my water. Because once you're going to hold, you're going to hold. Those are probably your these are where your money comes from. It's like you have to have somebody that's going to hold the big money that basically you run your plays from. I run my plays from 2 places.
A left pocket and a right pocket.
No. They both back pockets. I keep a back pocket full of Bitcoin and I keep a back pocket full of Ethereum. And then I keep those fed based off the 10% that I pull off of what I get paid. Now, if that 10% has went up because of other obligations have been met and I'm saving, I can take 10% off of that if it's consistent of 3 months. That's the only time I can do that. That's my discipline. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen because I'm going to maintain that 10% of what I'm pulling in. Now, for a couple of months, my 10% was only going into my parent organization. My Bitcoin and my Ethereum. I wasn't doing none of the other meme coins. I wasn't doing none of that. So when I got back into it, I had a little bit of leg room to do plays that I really wanted to do to see if I can get in the game. Because it's not just about the main players. It's about that draft. Yes, cryptocurrency has drafts. They drafts is what's called airdrops. Anybody trying to get into the crypto space, they going through the draft. And if you are a project that people like, you're successful, you're
getting drafted.
You're
getting pulled to the big game.
You getting pulled to the side, bro, and they're gonna be like, yo, what you doing? What's your decks looking like? Like what's going down? They gonna have this conversation with you. You're gonna be like, yo, we running these plays. I got a couple of programs, bro. I'm telling you, y'all want to get on. And everybody like, all right, I'm feeling. Hey, they got We got a wallet coming out. What? What? You got a what? Yeah, I got a wallet coming out. You be able to have access to this, and this. I'll put it like this. There's a certain cryptocurrency. I'll put it like this. There's a certain wallet that runs on a certain cryptocurrency because their airdrops that they were about to have on a successful network based on the protocols and the stake of the stake that they were working on, everything that they wanted to do. Proof of stake, I'm sorry. They were like, oh, you want us to stake these coins onto this network and do transactions to do this, and you gonna allow us to get some of that airdrop action from one of y'all draft picks? People were getting like,
That's big.
they were getting like millions of these coins. And then when they get listed on the crypto exchanges, they wake up the next day and it's like 14,000, what the hell? Or 4,000, what the hell? 1,000, what?
Right.
And it's like they just seeing it throughout the day go up and down and up and down. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? It's like people are not ready for that. So it's like you got to get to that understanding that can happen. And it's like, what do you do? Do you have a plan? That's part of the understanding with investments. That's the whole point of being responsible for putting your money to work. I said this when we was talking about the understanding the narrative. When you put your money to work, you a pimp. And I mean, and I hate to use that analogy, but it's the truth. It's like I'm putting my money to work. I'm watching where I'm putting my money because that money's got to make money, which means I got to trust what I'm putting my money into.
Right, exactly.
That mentality shouldn't just be for cryptocurrency. That should be with just the longevity of where you're going to put your money at. Period. Where you putting your money at to where it's making money? Do you have a safe place to put your money at when that money's not making money the way it's supposed to? Because of a down market or because of whatever. Do you have that safe spot? If you don't have that safe spot, you can't take responsibility for the money that you're putting into it, so you shouldn't put your money into it. You got to have that self-understanding that I might lose a few $1,000s because this market is volatile. Again, this is not financial information. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not providing financial information. So,
Bitch, what?
with that being said, because I didn't do it last podcast and I feel bad, I'm doing it on this one. Anything for the people before we get up out of here, babe?
The only thing I have is, like we talked about in the beginning, make sure that any resolutions or goals or anything like that you've set for yourself, make sure they're attainable. Make sure they're attainable. Make sure you go like, share, subscribe to our Facebook fan page, our YouTube page, Instagram page, Twitter page. Goodness gracious, we worldwide. So that being said, I'm out. Peace and love.
Facts. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach a goal. I got 90 days on my YouTube and I got 59 days on my Facebook. I'm trying to hit these numbers. I'm trying to hit 2,500 followers on Facebook, and I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. I'm a young pup out here in these streets, y'all. So I'm trying to get my numbers up, y'all. I'm trying to get my podcast up too. So I need y'all help. So please do your brother a favor. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Y'all share the podcast. Y'all listen to it on the audio, wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever that may be. And reach out to your boy if you need me to interview you. If you want me to do an interview with you, I have to sit down with you and catch a vibe. The YouTube is, that's what I said. You hit youtube.com/ that's what I said. Matter of fact, if you come out the live video and my live video is still on your timeline. If I disappear, just type in, Cedric D. Sanders, or actually type in my fan page, type in the search bar, That's What I Said. You go in that Facebook and like the page. You actually are able to go to that page and go to the video, and the description within that video is going to have the website for everything.
It's also pinned on the Facebook page too.
Right, it's pinned on that Facebook page as well.
Trying to pull it up.
So if you pull up the fan page, it'll be pinned on the fan page as well. So subscribe on the YouTube, watch the YouTube channel. I got all my my live videos on there as well. And the YouTube channel is going to change. We're going to get it all situated and everything, so it won't be so convoluted the way it is. I'm behind the scenes trying to take care of that. But like I said, if you can't watch it on YouTube, make sure y'all listen to me on wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it's iHeartRadio, Apple, Google, Spotify. Just type in That's What I Said, and I'm there. I'm telling y'all. So, peace and love to y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. We gonna be out here in these streets doing what we gotta do. Trying to come out with a better podcast next week. That was even better than this week. And trying to be better than the week before that. Because the week after that, I'm gonna try to be better than the one I'm gonna do next week. I'm just saying. I'm hard on me. So, peace and love to y'all, man. We up out of here. Love y'all, man. Peace.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.